The San Francisco 49ers might have a hidden gem on their offensive line that they only discovered due to an injury from Aaron Banks, who is out with a concussion and will be out with a concussion potentially against the Bears. He is officially questionable. But let's take a look at the tape. I put together a cut up, and this is a minute and 41 basically highlight reel of Ben Barch against the Bills. Just absolutely having a day. And when I say having a day, I'm talking about this might have been one of the better performances that we have seen from a 49ers interior offensive lineman all season. And one of the things that we're going to start to identify and look at is one-on-one pass protection. Now, this is against a former top 10 draft pick in Ed Oliver at defensive tackle. And again, we understand the snow is going to change certain things for both defense and offensive linemen. But to me, in pass protection, is where I feel it kind of neutralizes because offensive linemen are moving backwards and the defensive tackle is moving forwards. And so it kind of becomes even. And as you can see, just with the look at the pad level, look at the hand placement, look at the feet, look at the contact, the hand fighting, continuing to get his hand placement inside the push. Ed Oliver gets nowhere near Brock Purdy on this rep. And it was kind of like this for the entirety of the day. Again, we get it. The footing isn't ideal, but it's not ideal for either one of them. And just look at how he controls Oliver. Oliver goes for a rip, doesn't do anything. And Ben Barch is holding on for good. He's not letting go. And he does a great job of staying in front. And again, you can see you got guys hopping, hooting, and hollering, trying to get by Ben Barch. He's hand fighting. You can see the hand fighting. Number 98 tries to lift the wrist up, which honestly is a great way to kind of dislodge offensive linemen from what they want to do. But he's able to, again, stay in control and he keeps working back to the inside. Um, Even here, you're going to see a nice little rip and recovery because the rip actually lands right here. A lot of guys are going to be beat, but I want you to keep an eye on that right hand and the way it latches onto the chest right there. And what a recovery because that's the move that actually saves Ben Barch here from getting beat with the rip is by getting that hand back kind of across the chest and it allows him to regain leverage and pull himself back in front. I mean, that's a beautiful recovery from a underneath rip move right there from Ben Barch. And again, you can just see how stout he is. He always has a wide base. He has good pad level for his size, and you can tell he's strong. So I really, really like what I saw, and I get it. Like I said, it's a interesting surface. So against the Bears will be a great test to see how he's able to do this again. But here you got Ed Oliver, not even in a stance, and he just comes right at him, tries to hit him with the stutter. He's not phased by it, not phased by it at all. So Ben Barch in one-on-one pass protection, pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty impressed with this entire game that he had, literally start to finish. He maybe had one or two, you know, you might even not be able to call them bad plays. Just one or two, like, he could have been better on that one. But here got a little bit of a what appears to be a play action, kind of a fake pitch. So he's going to have run action up front, and then he just stays engaged, stays in front of 92, and this guy is able to get out. Here you get to see a little bit of the cerebral ability of alert to the stunt. So he sees 71 basically slant into the C gap, and he's just going to shove him along to Jalen Moore, and he's going to try to already proactively take over number 50, who is trying to work a kind of like a delayed stunt loop under, and he's right there to pick him up along with Jake Brendel. So he's prepared for it. He's ready. And where I really was impressed with Ben Barch was in the run game. Watch him double to backer right here. Oh boy, that is beautiful. He splits the man perfectly. Look at the wide base, feet chomping, and then eyes up to linebacker, and then he just kicks the linebacker out. And as a result of this technique, CMC is right on that hip, and he's able to squeeze through for additional yardage. This is really fun to watch. He was really good in the run game, and it brings a lot of promise because the 49ers have struggled in this area. Here you can see this crash down. You got a bit of a double, but honestly, the head placement on the outside shoulder, turning of the hips, I really think that Ben Barch wins this rep without any help from Jalen Moore. Of course, Jalen Moore gives a little bit of a push, but not bad. And also this one as well, same concept. Look at where the helmet placement is, the feet, the hands, the hips. I also agree that Ben Barch wins this rep without any help from Jalen Moore on that one. And you can see that the push that they get behind that left side. As we continue forward, you'll see more of just textbook play from number 78. See him get that. You're going to have a outside shaded defensive tackle number 92. So this is a reach block for the tackle. So he's going to punch. That's going to allow the tackle to take over the block. Perfect. And then he gets on his track, and then he's going to get the linebacker and then finish with a textbook pancake. This is phenomenal. We're going to talk about the angles that he takes all throughout this because he takes beautiful angles. And this is one of my favorite plays from it. And you can see CMC runs right off his hip. You're going to see his ability to get to second level again, even with the defensive tackle trying to mess with him and try to keep him from getting to second level, which they will do consistently when they know you're trying to get to the linebacker. He still gets off him, gets onto Matt Milano, former All Pro, and Jordan Mason is able to squeeze right by because Ben Barch covered him up. And then look at that. Swell guy goes and helps him up. You like to see that. And then boom, look at the kick out on the linebacker. Again, getting to second level as an interior offensive lineman is imperative. And you can see him do it here with ease. 43 was not having it. What I liked about this one is you get a kick out. So you get a sense of him pulling and then getting a kick out on Von Miller. Great job. Great track. Head on the inside shoulder and turn it out. And then that is going to be the indicator for Jordan Mason of where to cut up. So he's going to cut on the inside based on the block of Barch. You like it. You love it. You want to see more of it. And again, just Ben Barch in the run game. He wins the line of scrimmage here. 98 does not gain ground. He gets pushed back and is covered up the entire time. And again, you just see the power that Ben Barch brings and the control that he has that we just haven't seen from the left guard this season. So I really like it, man. So the challenge for Ben is, can he do this 2 weeks in a row? And you're going to look at this play. He technically doesn't block anyone. You're like, what, Brad? Why did you put this in there? Because it's about the angle that he takes. One of the things with offensive linemen that can get them in trouble is when they're blocking in space. The notion that many people probably believe is they're trying to block a man opposed to getting on a track. Envision he is on a train track and he's just running straight. You have to stay on your track as an offensive lineman, and you have to allow what's happening behind you because you don't have eyes in the back of your head. You don't know if the running back is cutting off your hip. You got to stay on your track. And most of the time, the running back is going to bring the blocker to you. As you can see, he stays on his track. And if the running back were to break free, he would have had the block on the safety right there. And this is another example of what staying on your track looks like, when you can help your running back. So as you can see, this applies to the screen game as well. Staying on his track. He's not necessarily chasing the man. He is breaking down, understanding that he is kind of taking an inside leverage, but he remains on the track. And then CMC sees it, pushes a little bit to the outside, and then cuts it inside. That allows Ben Barch to get the block. So that is what we talk about when staying on your track. So the guy behind you can read your block and make a cut based off your block. Again, offensive linemen don't have eyes in the back of their head. So they don't know where the running back is going. So that's why it's so important to stay on your track and allow the gravity of the running back to pull the defender to you. And you just put yourself in position to make the play when they suck up the defender into your lap. So, again, I mean, there's a minute 40 of a bunch of different clips of him doing it in pass protection, of him doing it in the run game, getting to second level, blocking in space. He checked every box. So now the box that needs to be checked is he very well could get the start against the Bears. Can he do it again? Can he do it consistently? That is the true measure of greatness in the NFL, doing it good consistently. A lot of people could come out and have a good game. Can you have 2 good games? Can you have 3 good games? Can you have 4 good games? Can you have a good season? Can you have 2 good seasons? That is the ultimate measuring stick of if you are a really good football player or not, is how consistently well you can do it. So that's what we're going to be looking for if he gets the start against the Bears. Overall, really impressed with Ben Barch, and to the point where if the 49ers consider bringing him back to compete for a starting job next year on the interior offensive line, I'm down. I would love to see more, but after what I saw against the Bills, very promising, and I liked everything that I saw. But you let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.